was having such a hard time waking up this morning. I don't know if it's because of the heat, or just maybe I just stayed up too late. Anyway, having some strong coffee, making up some porridge, and I'm gonna prep my pack for the afternoon today. So today is watching a movie and then running home. I'm contemplating taking the hardest route home. I haven't figured out if I want that torture yet. I've got a big run planned for this afternoon, and while I know it's at least somewhat unwise to plan a new shoe for a big run, I think this might fare alright. I was originally going to include this in a crowdfunding episode, however, Mass Drop isn't really crowdfunding. You vote things up that you want to buy and then the group gets a discount. It's not quite the same thing, as much as they might want to argue that. No padding necessary. I do like when there isn't a lot of wasted space in packaging. That way you don't have to pack it super full with absolutely everything imaginable. So typical Ultra box, shipping manifest. Okay. These are indeed what I was looking for. So these are the Ultra Lone Peak Zero Drop wide foot box. You can see they've got that blunted toe tip. Very nice. Now these, similar to my Nike 5s, do have more padding than I'm used to. This is also a much stiffer sole. However, I've heard a lot of good reviews about it. Traction is awesome. This is very similar traction to like a VFF Spiridon, or what was the other ones that I reviewed recently? The Vivo Barefoot Trail Freak. Totally. They had these chevron deep grooves. Nice heel traction here too. It's nice also to see that they've given up on that like rubber flap at the end, although there's this for gaiters, but you know, that just makes sense. And let's see any other obvious outward features. It does say Polar Tech Neo Shell, so I'm guessing that's this portion here. A little bit of insulation, although it's nice and thin along here. I don't want my feet dying. This rubber is just built in, it's not loose. And tongue. Now the tongue looks like it's a one piece attached underneath the lacing, which is good. I was just about to bemoan the fact that it didn't have a tongue attachment on top, but if it's attached up to about here, it should keep it from shifting around too much. We've got some what looks like abrasion resistant loopholes here. Nice flat lacing too. This should stay tied better than the round stuff. And so inside, you can see it's got the basic firm, and then they're branded Ultra. It's just a like foam nothing. So up to you whether or not you want to use it. Now because it's just their foam base with stitching right on it, I wouldn't recommend going without this. Especially if you're a barefoot runner. I will be wearing some Injinji socks, especially since these are new, but I'm looking forward to trying them out. That stiffness though, I can see that being a little challenging. Oh, what do we got? Fit, technique, and transition guide. Created to help runners learn and experience, blah blah blah. Helping you run better is a goal. It's a nice goal. Foot shaped toe box. Nice and wide. Doesn't munch you down. Offers runners natural Achilles loading for more powerful foot push off. Okay. Equal amount of cushioning underneath heel and forefoot. That's the nature of zero drop. Toe box shape, nice and wide. Find the right fit. Allow thumbnails width, about 2/3 of an inch between your longest toe and the end of the shoe. Alright, I'll have to try that out. I did pick their size true to my size. I'm a 10, I wear 10. I've never had an issue with 10. If they feel too loose around your toes, it's okay. It may take a few days for your feet to relax and adjust and spread out naturally. My feet are hella spread out, so I don't have to worry about that. What's the right amount of cushioning? Eases stress on your feet, blah, blah, blah. Can disrupt proper technique, that's for sure. I will not become a heel lander. Gender specific. Great transition. Week 1, easier or shorter workouts? Forward momentum posture, compact arms, low impact landing, high cadence. Standards, okay. Injuries and self-care, shoe matrix. Interesting, okay. So Lone Peak, not sure how well this is going to turn out on camera, but I'll give it a try. So neutral stability trail every day. Cushioning, light, moderate, high, max. So Lone Peak falls under trail, moderate. Neo Shell, what's that one? Alright, well, I'm looking forward to getting out. I've got a little bit before I catch my bus. Time to finish packing. Thanks for joining me for this quick unbox and pre-review, and I look forward to giving them a good tryout today. I recognize that I tend to make dumb choices sometimes, so this may be a fact of 5 hours from now I'm saying to you, oh my god, why the hell did I wear these? I'm an idiot. I'm prepared for that, mostly. But anyway, I really want to give them a thorough try. The Ultras have a good rep as far as break-in comfort. Really, really love the wide toe box. Now that my feet have spread out from all of the minimal running, well, just all of the running, I can't take narrow toe boxes anymore. These do have a little bit more padding than I'm used to, as well as a firmer sole, which should help with the road protection itself. Plus, they've got some great tread for when I am actually on the trail. But that aside, my prep for this, so this run could be anywhere from an easy 10K to, I'm still trying to break that 20K barrier. You know, maybe I'd be giving myself a fairer chance if I just did it all in cool weather temperatures, without sunshine, on the flat. But that's not me. I've always got to pick like a hard trail and challenge myself in every aspect of it, and then try to push for the distance. But whatever. Anyway, so I've done a number of these other videos. You've probably seen the opposite end of it, where I'm coming out of the theater and unpacking all my stuff. Like most people, I've got reusable bags. This one I think is from Grand Trunk. They're like a camp bag, tarp kind of sleeping bag company. Anyway, what I do is I pack my orange mud vest in this and take it with me, because a lot of theaters will have issue if you show up hauling drink bottles. I bring them in empty and fill up with water on the way out. I've got some Tailwind, since it's going to be hot this afternoon. Definitely going to need that. Now, I'm contemplating, usually I do like a Noom or a Tailwind or a Hammer, something in one and then straight up water in the other. I know I'm going to be sweating like mad, and I'm contemplating doing a noon in one and the tail one in the other. I don't want to mix it up too much because I did really want to give a try to the solo tailwind, but I also want to have enough fuel. So I think I'm going to bring backup noon just to make sure. Now, a couple of the basics that I always plan for ahead of time. I'm going to give myself a good sunblock spray down, and then I bring a mini with me. I have the Powler that I just burn like crazy. I cannot handle long times in the sun, and anything exposed is going to burn. So backup sunblock, chapstick with sunblock. I'm not a big chapstick user. The only time I use it is if I'm going to be out in like super cold blowing wind or sunshine like this. I hate having sunburned lips. A little bit of hand cleanser. This serves multiple purposes. Backup battery, Matador tarp. This is just a little water resistant tarp. Sometimes if I hit a particularly lovely point in the woods and I want to chill out on the ground, you don't want to lie down on the ground and get that like soil moisture soaking up through your clothes. So I just drop this down and then I can stretch out and be super comfortable. It looks like I'm bringing a lot of junk, but you'll see that it actually compacts down super easy. Backup goo, just because. Glasses cleaner. Prep ahead of time. Anti-friction. You know what I'm talking about. More backup friction. Now, since I'm going to be wearing these shoes, I'm going to wear some Injinji toe socks. So I'll drop some of this in those socks. That'll help out a lot. And the usuals, you know, wallet, keys, etc. I was going to bring the visor, but I suspect that I will burn the hell out of the top of my head, so I'm going to go with an actual hat and my vest. So all of this will go in this tiny little pouch in the back. You buy this separately from the Orange Mud. Oh, and you guys have heard me talk about these a lot. I use them almost every single run and I love them. I'm not sponsored. I don't get anything for free from them. It's just that I'm passionate about it. It took me a long time to figure out vest or harness or carrying stuff that actually worked. So I'm just really excited about it. Anyway, all of this just gets stuffed in here. It's got the nice bungee on it. You just pull it tight, then nothing rattles around, and you're good to go. Usually I'll stick the goos in one of the shoulder pouches here, cinch that down, stick this up on top with a little wallet spot there. There's a clip for your keys. I always have a hard time finding it. There it is. Clip for your keys right here. I do wish that the little string for the keys was longer than this, or that it was on a bungee, because a lot of times at the end of a run when I'm trying to get home, I actually can't get it off. My arms are tired, I'm struggling, and I'm just like, ah, frick. And I try to reach back to get it out. It takes me a while to unzip it, dig that out, and then I've got the keys right here and I'm trying to unclip them. If it was just like a bungee that I could pull over, that'd be amazing. Glasses cleaner. Now I'll probably stick this up front. I sweat so much that I get like gross sweaty lenses. I could just use my shirt or my buff for it, but those are going to be all sweaty too. And then I end up smearing it around and I can't see what I'm doing. That's too much. So anyway, all of this I just fold, jam it in here, carry it with me, good to go.